All right, Notre Dame fans, we are back with another edition of WOPU Wednesdays. We've got one regular season game left at Notre Dame Stadium. It is this weekend against Georgia Tech. So if you're coming into town to South Bend, make sure you stop by Augie's Locker Room. This video is brought to you by Augie's Locker Room. A lot of really cool stuff in there. Get you a WOPU Nation t-shirt. I'm sure Chase Ketterer has one. That is our guest this weekend. He is a running back, a sophomore, walk on, obviously. Chase, how's it going tonight, man? Good to have you on here.
Yeah, I'm great. It's really cool what you guys do. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess we'll kind of dive in like we do with a lot of our other guests. You're from Pennsylvania, but got to Indiana pretty quickly. So, how'd you end up at Notre Dame? What were your other options, and how cool has it been to kind of put on the gold helmet and say you're a part of the Notre Dame football team?
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. I mean, coming from around here, growing up here and going to school, obviously only like 30 minutes away, going to Notre Dame was always kind of a dream. Something I didn't necessarily think I could do when I was younger, but when I was given the opportunity, it was quite an easy decision. But yeah, some other options. I mean, I had a offer from Valpo, and I had talks with other schools for preferred walk-ons. Like I talked with Purdue for a little bit, and I talked with Northern Illinois and Western Michigan for a little bit, but none of those actually ever came to fruition because right when I got to Notre Dame for a walk on, I kind of took it. So yeah, there wasn't much besides that, but being here now, I mean, I definitely made the right decision.
How exciting was that when Brian Kelly, Coach Polian, whoever it was, offered you that preferred walk-on deal, and just to have that offer on the table from a program like Notre Dame? I'm sure that's life changing and a moment you'll never forget.
Yeah, I mean, right when I got it, it was definitely something special. I mean, because I wasn't really getting that many looks out of high school, so when I got that, it was just like all the hard work and stuff like that paid off. So it was a great moment.
You mentioned growing up 30 minutes away from Notre Dame, New Prairie High School, and that's part of the reason that Notre Dame brought you in is that you're very comfortable running a triple option offense. Notre Dame faces a triple option offense every year in Navy. Played Navy a couple weeks ago, and you were kind of the man that week on scout team, obviously preparing the Notre Dame's number one defense to go against Navy. What was that like? I'm sure that's something you knew that was going to happen, given your experience with the triple option. But what was it like, kind of being the guy on scout team in preparation for that week?
Yeah, I mean it was challenging, but like one of the most fun weeks I've had on scout team. I the triple option and the option in general and stuff in high school, and even coming up from around fifth grade, I've been running that type of stuff. So it was kind of an easy transition. I mean, I took probably 2 years away from it, and then coming back to it was kind of special. So it's definitely different in college running it. You got guys much faster and much bigger, which definitely makes the reads harder but easier at the same time because it's a little easier to see them. But uh, it was crazy that whole week. A lot of preparation, a lot of work the scout team had to put in. So it was a great and fun week.
We talked to Jack Kaiser after that game, and he said, honestly, going against the scout team might have been a little harder than going against Navy. Navy's obviously having a down year, and the Notre Dame defense kind of took it to him that day. He also said a couple of you guys ripped off long touchdowns. We have to ask, were you one of the guys that scored against Notre Dame's defense in practice?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there was a kind of like an option for a trap play, and I kind of took it backside, and we had a pretty good one on that one. Whole team was running down, so yeah, that was a crazy play.
Given all the really talented guys that Notre Dame has on this defense, guys who will be drafted in the NFL, guys who have been drafted in the NFL, what was it like to kind of be thrown into the fire against those guys? I know you go against those guys every single day, but that week had to feel a little different, knowing that you had the ball in your hands as much as you did.
Yeah, I mean, just to point out one guy, I mean, when you're reading the triple option, you're reading the end, and Isaiah Foskey was, coming at me full speed almost every single play. So it was definitely a little, the first few plays were like, all right, this is a little different, but you obviously get a little bit more comfortable every play. So it was definitely challenging going against guys like that. But
So there's a video that kind of went a little viral, especially in Notre Dame circles on Twitter, of you making a tackle on special teams in that Navy game. And the crowd, or I mean the sideline reaction, just your teammates, your coaches going crazy, running down to you, celebrating with you. Given everything you had been through up until that point that week, how special was that moment? Not just to make the play, but to share that moment with all of your teammates and coaches.
Yeah, that was something I'll never forget for sure. I mean, I'm just so grateful for Coach Poyan for even giving me the opportunity. I thought he told me before the game I might go in on punt return, and then obviously towards the end of the game we really didn't have that, so he threw me in on kickoff last minute, and I you know only didn't scout kickoff in practice, so it was a little different. But making the play and then having everybody around me was just some surreal moment, like dream type moment, and then all the guys coming up to me saying you earned it this week and you earned that. So it was just a crazy experience and something I'll never forget.
Yeah, absolutely. And just mentioned Jack Kaiser earlier. He actually mentioned you in the post game as well. He said, "I want to make sure everybody saw Chase Ketterer making that tackle because he deserved that one." So obviously, a lot of really cool things happening for you on the football field at Notre Dame. But we'd like to talk to you guys about what's going on off the field as well. Notre Dame's more than just a football program; it's an academic institution and a really fine one at that. So what are you studying, and what are you looking to do once football's done for you career wise?
Yeah, so I'm studying finance right now in Mendoza College of Business. Not totally sure exactly what I want to do after yet. I'm only a sophomore, but I guess the dream would, I kind of really want to be in an NFL draft room. I think that would be something that just sparks my eye and something I really would love to do. So I guess not too far down the road, but something I would definitely enjoy doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you've been surrounded by a lot of guys who probably make it to the NFL, and so that experience is there, and you kind of know how these guys operate. So very cool. And we won't let you go though without letting you plug Augie's locker room. I know Augie's locker room has a deal with WOPU Nation. Really cool thing that you guys have struck up. So first time you walked into Augie's locker room, what was that like? Just seeing all the Notre Dame memorabilia, and I always say it's like walking into a Notre Dame time capsule. I don't know if you felt the same
Yeah.
way.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's unlike any other place. I mean, everybody goes into little Notre Dame boutiques and stuff like that around, but it was something different. I mean, he's got stuff from the Rudy movie. He's got all these old jerseys, all these player exclusive stuff, and it's something different. It's something special. I mean, you have to go in and look at it for yourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the coolest things I saw when I went in there is I'm actually a graduate of the University of Texas, and there's these big longhorn horns hanging on the wall, and I think all the coaches from the 1970, 1971 Cotton Bowl, whichever year Notre Dame beat Texas in the Cotton Bowl, that was their gift for winning that game. So really cool. You never know what you'll find in there. It's awesome. But
Yeah,
Chase,
definitely.
appreciate you joining us this week, man. Appreciate all you guys from WAPU Nation joining us. Really cool stories, really cool things happening on and off the field. So thanks for being with us, man.
Yep, appreciate it.